So in front of me I have a very special arrival. We're calling these pickups, but they're unboxing. Stella Parton, Stella. The self-titled might be the first album. The harder one to come by, but I was lucky able to find it. Gonna unbox it. She has a few albums, so surprised how many she has. Some of them aren't on CD. They're only available on record. So I don't know if I'll get to those. That's how old she is for her music. Stella Parton. Quickly get to the album. I don't know what it's called, Man in the Moon on top. The company or something. Stella Parton, self-titled. Kind of hard to read the songs on the back, so very small. And I don't know her music off that well, but she has a good sound. So if you don't know her, check her out. Even check her out on YouTube. She has stuff on there. Nothing on there. There's a couple pictures. No songs even on there. It's very plain. But it's hard to come by. You're paying at least 20 bucks, even if not 30 bucks for them. Close to even 40 bucks depending on the seller and shipping. So they will get expensive after a while because they're hard to come by on CD. They're very old. If you do come across them, I think 30 bucks is good. 40 bucks, you're paying a fair bit on an old CD. She has a couple that are not available anymore, so I'll probably have to hunt them down on a record if I really want to have more of her songs in my collection. Only a couple that I could pick up on CD. Might grab one or two more over the summer. So this is the second one that comes into my collection from Stella Parton. She has maybe five or so albums, I think, that I looked through. And I don't know her music offhand. I know she has a good sound, but I have to really listen to her more in order to tell which one's my favorite. Usually it's the first album, and I think this is the first album from any artist that usually is the best. Usually you don't know them that well, and first album for me usually would be the first album from any artist would be their best one. So CDs I'll pick up once in a while over the summer if it's something I really want to have. If not, then I'll do some games. I'm not doing a whole bunch of movies anymore, but once in a while, if it's a new movie that I want, I'll pick it up. But I do want to try to get into some figures next year. Maybe at least one or two. I'm not going to get into a whole bunch. So it's not going to happen. If I can get to one or two next year, I'll be happy with that. Just put some of the figures around the movie room instead of with the plastic cars and dolls and stuff like that. Comic book figures would be nice. Wrestling figures scattered one or two around. Just to display some stuff up on top. Change it out a little bit from what I have. So once in a while I do come into music and CD over the summer. If I cannot find it on CD, then I have to hunt them down on record, or you can hunt them down on cassette or 8-track. So those are the other two forms of media. Unless if you're one of those that think downloading is the proper way to get your media, it is not. It is still piracy, even though if you're paying for your music, you don't own it. This is how you own it, so the proper way. Record people, the bands, they lost to the piracy stuff, so people that think they're buying MP3, I'm paying for my songs, that doesn't mean you own them. It's still a version of MP3. It's a new version, but it's not the proper way. So proper way is to buy the album. You get the artwork, you get the songs on the back. Whether you buy it on a CD, whether you buy it on a record, this is the proper way to support your band, not with MP3 these days. Maybe if you cannot find an MP3 any music anymore, then yeah, maybe you could buy MP3, but it's not the way to own music. This is the best way. Um, Granted, more people now are going to MP3 and less towards the media, but for me, it's always about the old media and old CDs, and we'll always come back to a few over the summer. So sometimes it's very hard to find them. So you can hunt it down on another format, but something like Stella Parton, very happy to have at least a few of them in my collection I could get my hands on. She has old sound, good sound, definitely. Check her out. If you don't know her, check her out on YouTube. You can hear them on there. So, thanks for watching my rare pickup, special pickup arrival. When do you get to see opening of a CD, their unboxing? But I just call them pickup. Thanks for watching. And in the back, songs are very hard to tell. I don't even know the first song until I really put it in, how this album sounds. Because I like playing them on the stereo. That's why I prefer the old CDs the best. But if you don't have a stereo or a little radio, I guess you could just hear them on YouTube and see how they are. Thanks for watching. There are a few of hers on there. You could check it out there for nothing. So, but if you really want to own the album, this is the best way to go. Granted, some of them are in the second version, so they might not be the original pressing. They might say remastered here, but that's how things are with music. I really have to have it. Thanks for watching.